I'm Alexander McCall Smith. I'm a member of an orchestra called the Really Terrible Orchestra. Now, something about that name. The Really Terrible Orchestra is, I'm afraid, very bad indeed. It's, as the name suggests, not a very good orchestra. Now, you'd think that an orchestra called the Really Terrible Orchestra would stay at home, but we've taken it into our heads to tour. A couple of years ago we went to London and we played at the Cadogan Hall. It was a very successful concert. Every seat in the house was sold and people appeared to enjoy themselves. Well, put it this way, they laughed a great deal. We also laughed. We enjoyed it. We don't take our playing too seriously. We do our best, but we're not very good. Now, having done that concert in London, we might perhaps have decided that was enough touring, but we then thought that it would be an idea to go to New York. Now, this struck many people as madness, and in a sense it is. But we're going to New York, and we're going to play in the Town Hall in New York on April the 1st, which is a very appropriate day, April Fool's Day, for the Really Terrible Orchestra to make its American debut. We very much hope that those of you who live in and around New York will be able to come to this concert. It's going to be an evening in which the Really Terrible Orchestra will play, and I'll have a conversation on the stage with an interviewer about my various books, including the latest book in the #1 Ladies Detective Agency series. Now, as you may know, that's going to start as a television series on HBO, more or less at the time that the RTO goes to New York. So that's a happy coincidence, or an unhappy coincidence, whichever way you look at it. People are coming from all over the place to go to this concert. A number of people are coming from the United Kingdom to New York just to hear the RTO playing, and of course there are people travelling from various parts of the United States. One of the interesting things about the Really Terrible Orchestra is that it's become a movement, and there are at least 2, and possibly a 3rd, Really Terrible Orchestra in the United States, and we're in touch with these people, and a number of players from these American RTOs will be joining us in the Town Hall in New York. So there are many reasons why it would be worth going to this particular concert. As far as the music is concerned, well, if you've heard the RTO play before, it will be like that. And if you haven't heard the RTO play before, come listen. One final bit of advice: bring your earplugs. Thank you.